Good morning, YouTube. Trying to find a good angle here. So I just wanted to do, an update video and let you guys know that the morning sickness is official and here in like full force. So it is now Wednesday. When I did a video on Monday, I was talking about how I was starting to kind of feel weird and nausea once in a while and whatever. And it was like yesterday. Oh, it was so crazy. I woke up with these enormous hunger pains and I ended up having 2 freaking bagels in the morning. One of them, like, just felt like it went in my stomach and did absolutely nothing. And I was still really hungry. So I was like, oh man, this is so weird. And I just had, like, I felt like I didn't have enough from the bagel. Like, I wanted more. So it was also like I was hungry and my craving at the same time. And I was like, oh man, I know this is not going to be a good idea. But I had it anyways. And then I wasn't hungry the rest of the morning, and I didn't really get hungry until like 1 o'clock or so. And I had no idea what to go eat, and even just thinking about it right now, what I actually ended up eating is making me sick. I went and had a chicken corn chowder. Blah. As soon as I started eating it and smelling it, I was like, oh crap, this was kind of a bad idea. But I was like telling myself, maybe it's not nausea. Maybe it's just I really am hungry. So I kept eating it. And I couldn't finish it. And literally within 20 minutes, it was like, this is the worst decision I've ever made. And I started feeling so sick. And I was afraid that I was going to projectile vomit at work. And I started just getting like dizzy and everything. And I was like, I got to get out of here. So I left work early. And, which, I mean, like, I really, like, hate doing, because I really take my work very seriously, and my work is everything. You know, my job is my insurance. Everything that I want to do in this pregnancy is based on my insurance, and I cannot do what I want to do without it. So I cannot put my job at jeopardy, and that's why because I'm already feeling so sick this week, I am telling my boss next week when he comes back from vacation, I'm not waiting any longer, because I want him to understand, you know, I'm not, you know, ditching. I'm really feeling really shitty. So I got home. The drive home was okay, no vomit. I got home and I was really feeling really crappy. And then I was tired, but I couldn't sleep. I would lay down on the couch and couldn't fall asleep. And then a couple hours later, I'm like, okay, well now I'm starting to feel a little bit hungry again. So then I took out some of the leftover beef stew from the night before and started heating it up, and it smelled great, fantastic. And so I had like 2 or 3 pieces, and it's just like some pieces are all beef and some pieces are with actual bone around it. So I was like eating it, and as I was eating it, I felt all this acid and indigestion, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know what to eat then. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, anything I try putting down is like killing me. And then, but I didn't feel like I wanted to throw up. A couple hours later, maybe like an hour and a half to 2 hours later, projectile vomit. That's, I know, TMI, I'm sorry. But it was like, my stomach was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you doing? And then the rest of the afternoon, I felt better. And what did I end up having for dinner? Oh, I mean, the whole entire time, I'm like, literally, like, I'm like burping and gassy. Like, everything just wants to like come up like the whole entire time. I know, TMI, but really, this is what you need to know. Because you need to know how shitty it feels. Like, it's freaking fantastic that we're pregnant, but this is how it really feels. And then, so what did I end up having for dinner? I felt really good. By around like 9:30, I was hungry. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I'm cleaning out the drawers and getting things organized, like in the pantries. And I see chocolate Rice Krispies. I'm like, oh, yes, I want some chocolate Rice Krispies with milk. Meanwhile, I'm actually doing some pastries. I'm cooking pastries and with pineapple cream cheese and like a glaze on them, like pizza dough, but I actually turn it into pastries. And so while that was cooking, the whole house was amazing with a little bit of cinnamon sugar coating on it, and everything smelled freaking amazing. So I ended up having this milk with the Rice Krispies, and it was great while I'm eating. I'm like, oh, yes, awesome, great. And then I didn't vomit it, but I did feel nauseous, like, again, an hour later. So it's trying to figure out what is going to trigger these feelings or not. So then, again, this morning, I did wake up. It's already second morning in a row I'm waking up with actual morning vomit. But it's dry heaving. Nothing's coming up. And it's just, a little bit of, no food's coming up or anything. There is some liquid with the vomit, but it's short-lived. It's like a couple of dry heaves and it's done. And then the rest of the day is just nausea. So today I was like, I've got to figure out what I need to get in, and the main thing that's helping me is a lot of cold water. So a lot of water, a lot of water, a lot of water. I had 2 pieces of toast with butter on it. And then I had a, what did I have? Oh, then I had like 3 or 4 of the pastries that I made. And they're small. They're like, like this big. They're like little, they look like tiny little mini empanadas. It's just basically you take the pizza dough and you flatten it out like you're actually making a pizza. And then you grab a little bit of the cream cheese, put it on there, and start closing it up like a little shell. And then glaze it. And then it goes in the oven and bakes, and they're fantastic. So I was having, I had a couple of those little pastries, and they're great because there's a good amount of dough on it, and it was actually like dry, so it's not like a soft flaky pastry at all. It's like a pizza dough with a cream cheese filling. And so I had a couple of those, and that's it. And then I did have my coffee. I did have a coffee. Sorry, see, but I barely drank it. I switched over to water as soon as I finished the pastries, and I'm just having ice water and ice water and ice water, and I'm progressively getting better, and I'm feeling great. There is still acid and indigestion from what I ate this morning from the pastries, but there's no really signs of nausea. I just went out and on my break, and I grabbed my vitamin water. The vitamin water, I only drink vitamin water zeros, and this one is one of my favorites. It does have electrolytes, and it has some of the B vitamins that are important, especially B6, which apparently helps with keeping the nausea away a little bit, and vitamin C. And I did take my prenatals, so I guess, if I'm not getting the right nutrients from the foods because of whatever, I don't know what I'm going to be in the mood for. I brought a bag of mixed nuts, plain mixed nuts. I brought a banana. I brought an orange. I have a fiber bar. And I just bought a bag of pretzels. So this whole salty, dry thing is what I'm craving. I am not craving sweets really this week. I mean, the little pastries, yes, I was craving really late last night. But I haven't gotten any overall cravings for watermelon or ice cream or nothing sweet this week. It is all about the savory. So but that's the thing, is as soon as I feel like I eat something heavy, I think that's where the problem is. So I'm going to keep you guys updated. The morning sickness was something, and foods that we're eating is something that I wanted to do separate than the weekly vlog. So as I'm having issues with morning sickness or whatever, since now that it started, I really want to post about that, because though that's an important kind of separate posting for people who want to know just specifically what we're trying to do with the morning sickness. So I will let you guys know, keep you updated as the weeks go. Again, we're in the middle of the 6th week. Bye, guys.